Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we'll discuss about the smart way to learn and understand the Constitution of India. And it is for all who are preparing for civil services and one day type exams. So before we start anything, we have to understand that what we are learning and why we are learning, okay, and how it will help in future. So, in order to understand the constitution, we have to understand polity, because polity is a word which is associated with the constitution. So, let's go ahead and try to understand. Polity is derived from a Greek word polis, which means city or state. Here, city or state, it doesn't mean the city like Mumbai, Hyderabad. No. So here, city or state means a defined boundary, or a defined boundary. It could be even a country or a continent, anything. To what extent the law is applicable. Okay. Then comes the second part, that why we have to study and how it will help us. For example, you are living in a society, and someone who is a very wealthy person, he tries to dominate you. At the same time, constitution provide us right that everyone is equal before law. Thus, we can live with liberty, okay, without any fear of outsider, okay, even without any discrimination of gender, caste or language. And if someone does so, there are provisions which could punish this person, okay. So all the rights are given in the constitution, okay, and only due to those rights we are living freely, okay. And the people who had drafted the constitution have allowed for all the situation instances from the future perspective. And you'll find the even the detail version of everything, whatever it could be, even the minor thing, okay. So let's get start, like how, what is a smart way to learn and understand Indian constitution. So Indian constitution is divided into many parts, but only the first six parts are very important, and the whole constitution is made on these parts. So on the right, on the left side, I'll talk about the part and what it will describe about, and in the left here I'll tell about the articles, okay. So first part, it starts with the union territory. This one, this particular, why union territory is taken in the first part, and why the whole constitution is structured in this form. If you can understand, so your task will be easier to remember the articles, or even if you are in a discussion, or even while you are appearing for exam. So let's get started. Anything which you make a law, so that law will be applicable to a certain boundary, okay, and the same is applicable for India, okay. So the constitution is a law which is applicable to all the states which forms India as a union, at the same time to all the union territories including Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar, okay. So the part one, it tells about to what extent our boundaries are and to what extent the law is applicable, okay. And these things are given in article 1 to article 4. So do remember, from article 1 to 4 it deals with union and its territory. So whatever is spoken about the state, even the emergence of the or the converging of a state, okay. For example, Telangana has formed in 2014. So the provision we get from article 3, that I'll discuss in our upcoming classes. Next, once the state is formed, Then we need citizens. So it is not that we can say everyone as a citizen. So there will be a provision which should be meant over here. Okay. uh, so the second part is dedicated to citizens. For example, let's say someone traveled from USA and he says that I am the citizen of India. So if this is the case, so everyone can travel from any other country and they can tell themselves, yeah, I'm a citizen of India. So in this case, we'll run out of all our resources, okay, all our uh, the patriotism and many more. Okay, so for this reason, the citizenship is decided in part 2. Okay, so whoever resides in this particular boundary and for this certain point of time, period of time, so they will be regarded as citizen of India. So everything in detail is given about citizen in part 2, that is from article 5 to 11 is dedicated for citizens. Okay, all the provisions are given in detail. Okay, in case if you want to go further, so there is a 1955 act which is amended. Okay, in that more detail than this is given. Okay. Next, once the citizens are declared, then comes some rights, like uh, every citizen should have right, as I have told you in earlier, that if someone is a wealthy, so he may dominate other person. So due to that reason, the third part comes into picture and it tells about the fundamental rights which no one can take from anyone, and these rights are enjoyed by every individual. Okay, and the article is starts from 12 to 35. Over this, like, I'll make a separate video on fundamental rights. Okay, what are the fundamental rights which we have, and if someone tries to discriminate you or on the basis of anything, or someone tries to reduce your liberty or anything, so you can directly challenge to the High Court or Supreme Court. Okay. Yes. Next, once the rights are done, then uh, everyone has the right, but at the same time, like, if we don't have few policies, so how someone can regulate? So by considering this factor, our drafting persons who have drafted the constitution, they have come came with this idea, like, we have to make certain policies, certain principles on which our country should move ahead. Okay, for example, maintaining the socio-economic, okay, equality in jobs, equality in wages, and all other factors. Okay, so from the article 36 to 51, it discusses about policies and principles. Next comes the union. So here once again you may ask that why the union comes here. So here union is not about the boundary, here union is about the bodies in the sense, like, once the rules are done, so we need someone to regulate, to show the right path. For that purpose, the union, uh, we have certain bodies, and it is divided into three major bodies: the judiciary, executive, and ministry. Okay, and everyone is independent of each other. That will explain, we'll discuss in our union part when we'll go through. Okay, and all the provisions, all the workings and duties are given in article 52 to 151. Then comes the states. Okay, so as they have thought that once the whole power is given to the center, so there may be chances that they may dominate the state. So at the same time, certain powers are given to the state so that the state should not get dominated by unions. Okay, so this is how our constitution is drafted, and from article 152 to 237 is given dedicated for the states, and even these municipalities and village panchayats, when they come under the states. Okay, so rest all they are quite related to states and other, but these six are main. Okay, so once if you get the thorough idea, like this is the skeleton of our Indian constitution, so you can easily remember. For example, if something is spoken about the state formation, so directly you'll get an idea that yeah, it is from article 1 to 4. If something is spoken about citizens, so directly you'll come to 5 to 11 articles. If something uh, is told about rights, so from 12 to 35. So this is how you have to go through, and thank you.